My name is Billy Naveed, and I'm the founder of Young Founder School. We welcome you to a journey that promises not only to be rewarding, but truly transformative. I'm thrilled to have you join us today, and welcome to the Young Founder School family. Young Founder School embarked on a mission in 2016 that was ambitious, to say the least. We wanted to revolutionize the way that entrepreneurial skills are taught to high school students. From boot camps, where we combined entrepreneurship education with mentorship throughout a very, very intense weekend, we've grown into a comprehensive, experiential learning organization. Our journey from those early days to now have really seen us impact thousands of students across the globe, from Hong Kong to Nigeria, offering everything from short courses in entrepreneurship to full-fledged boot camps and self-paced, modular 21st century scale learning. Our internship program, initially trialed in Hong Kong to underprivileged students, has exploded now into one of the largest internship programs of its kind in Asia. We offer invaluable real-world training, and this is at the heart of what we want to do. We want to equip young minds not just with knowledge, but with experiences that will shape their future. Help them to make critical decisions about their future careers and set them up for success. Our mission is bold. We want to bring the Young Founder School curriculum and community to 1 million students globally. And you, as a new mentor, are one critical part of this entire story. You're joining a community that is dedicated to empowering the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and doers. Young Founder School is unique in its approach. By focusing predominantly on underprivileged high school kids, we have a model that's more akin to Robin Hood. We charge those that can afford it and use those funds to provide services for those that are less fortunate. That enables us to operate sustainably as a non-profit organization and allows us to create a balanced, inclusive environment where every student has a chance to thrive regardless of their financial background. What truly makes us stand out is you, our mentors. You are the lifeblood of Young Founder School. For many of you, this will be the first time that you'll be interacting with students. And for many of the students, it's the first time they interact with professionals like yourselves. You have shown yourself willing to dedicate your knowledge, experience, and provide guidance, both as a mentor, but also those words of wisdom. You are actually laying the foundation for their future professional networks. You are laying those foundations to be a cornerstone of their career development. Mentorship at Young Founder School is really about community. It's about networking, sharing, learning. But that's not just from the students, from each other. It is a collective journey of growth and inspiration that will provide the impact to these students. We want this to be a continuous feedback loop where you provide constructive feedback to the students, but also the students provide constructive feedback to us, and you also help Young Founder School grow, learn, and become better. The YFS mentorship experience, as we dive deeper into today's training, I want you to remember that you're not just joining a program, you're actually becoming part of a movement that's shaping the future of many, many young founders. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time, for committing this journey along with us. So let's make it extraordinary. Understanding the young entrepreneurial mind. Understanding the students, their backgrounds, the challenges, their dreams is absolutely crucial before you start any mentorship session. You need to take the time to lean in and inquire about who you'll be mentoring, because it's this information that will probably not be readily available. But by asking the right questions, by engaging directly, you will have a fount of knowledge coming from these students. Remember, our students are from aged 11 to 18, from very diverse socioeconomic backgrounds. So the words you use and how you engage will need to be adjusted based on each situation. When you're first engaging with a student, remember to put yourself in their shoes just for a second. You will likely be the first professional that they will be engaging with, probably for the first time in their lives. They will be really nervous. They'll find it daunting. So take the time to smile, make them feel comfortable, and share something personal about yourself, something that is going to be a great icebreaker. When you ask them about their lives, remember that school makes up pretty much most of their entire day and shapes most of their context and life experience. So focusing on what they like to do at school, sharing what you like to do or dislike at school is a great way to forge a common bond. The entrepreneur mindset. I'm sure that being here, listening to me now, you are fully aware the boundless creativity of youth. This creativity is inherent in every child, but is often dulled by conventional educational systems, which prioritize right answers over creative thinking. Our goal at Young Founder School is to reverse that trend. We strive to reawaken a mindset that sees opportunities where others see obstacles, that embraces failure as a stepping stone to success, and that believes in the power of yet, not yet known, not yet tried, not yet achieved, but yet entirely possible. Entrepreneurship is not confined to launching startups. It's actually adopting a way of thinking that applies to all walks of life, whether you dream of becoming a doctor or a lawyer or an artist. That entrepreneurial mindset will equip them with the resilience and creativity and problem-solving skills that they need to excel. The challenges that face our young entrepreneurs are great. Our students step into the entrepreneurial journey facing a gauntlet of societal expectations and systematic barriers. From a very early age, risk-taking, failure, and creative dissent are often discouraged. These are the very elements that fuel innovation and progress. Balancing academic responsibilities with entrepreneurial pursuits adds yet another layer of complexity to an already demanding time management and prioritization that they have for their school. These are skills that aren't typically taught in schools. And so as mentors, you have to have empathy, understanding, have some shared experiences. You're not just teaching them how to navigate all of these challenges we just listed. You're showing them that these hurdles, however daunting, can be overcome, and it's a regular part of what you do day to day. The benefits of entrepreneurial education. Let's talk about the impact that entrepreneurial education has. It goes beyond business. In fact, it goes beyond what we would even consider to be entrepreneurship. It's really about fostering critical thinking, financial literacy, leadership, and the ability to innovate. These are skills that are increasingly vital in our world. And so for our students, this education opens up doors to self-determination, allowing them to understand that their capabilities and their preferences is what makes them powerful. They should make their own decisions, and they should live with the consequences. But that not every decision is a one-way door. So you'll often find that when you're mentoring students, they get stuck on things that to you may seem trivial, but to them it's a very, very big deal. Explain to them that decisions can often be undone, and there's a difference between one-way door decisions and two-way door decisions. If it's a two-way door decision, they should just make it. As we go through these decision-making processes, these things help them not just in their entrepreneurial endeavors, but also applies to our jobs. So explain to them how these sort of decision-making pathways are things that you encounter on a day-to-day basis, so they don't feel alone or pressured in the decisions they have to make. By showing them that the decisions they're making throughout the course of your mentorship will help them to grow and to learn. It gives them that independence of thought that makes them understand that they're not just products of their circumstance, but they can be the architects of their future. It's about that empowerment. That is really what mentorship is all about. Now, as we embark on our journey together, remember, our role is not to dictate their pathways, but just illuminate the crossroads. Tell them about the decisions they have in front of them and give them the pros and cons, but don't tell them the direction to take. We have to empower them. We have to allow them to choose which direction they want to take and give them the confidence that no matter which direction they take, there's a good outcome at the end of it. In the next section, we'll delve into the heart of our roles as mentors and the techniques and the approaches that we can use to make a meaningful impact on these young entrepreneurial lives. Now we're going to discuss some effective mentorship techniques. Mentorship is an art, not a science. It's essential to recognize that effective mentoring goes beyond just knowledge transfer. It's about connection. It's about guidance. It's about inspiring confidence in these young entrepreneurs. So let's explore how we can achieve this. The foundation of impactful mentorship is to build a relationship of trust. For many students, opening up to an adult, especially someone that they admire professionally, can seem very, very daunting. Just think back to when you were younger. It's our job to bridge this gap, to empathize, assimilate their perspectives both emotionally and intellectually. But remember, you're not becoming their best friends. It must still be very professional, but encouraging. Start by sharing stories from your school days. Yes, you can talk about your faults, your failures, your pathways to success by sharing stories from your childhood, your school days. Talk about your struggles, talk about your failures and your triumphs. Show them that the path to success is rarely straight. It's okay to talk about the time that you flunked, that you felt lost about your future. But how did you get over it? What were the things that helped you? Many of us can reflect on an equal number of good and bad decisions that we made in our lives and how we learned from them and have developed as people. These types of stories humanize you. They make you relatable and approachable. And remember that building a rapport on mutual respect and genuine interest is the most important thing in a mentorship relationship. Ask them about their hopes. Ask them about their fears. Ask them about their ideas. You'll learn not only to understand them as people, but you'll actually show them that their voice matters, that their ideas are worth exploring, and that their feelings are valued. This is how trust is built. And it's on this foundation that true mentorship thrives. Active listening. Active listening is an art. It's about fully concentrating on what's being said rather than just passively hearing the message of the speaker. When a student shares an idea, listen to it with intent. Reflect back what you have heard to them to show them that you understand, and ask open-ended questions in a way that respects their opinion but inquires and probes for more. Great questions such as describe for me, or explain to me, or just simple go on, nodding of the head, will encourage a deeper level of thinking. Repeat back what they told you in a simple way to make sure that you understood it. Questions like, what inspired this idea? How do you envisage overcoming this challenge? This will help students articulate their thoughts far more clearly and critically. This practice not only validates their thinking, but also encourages them to explore their ideas further, build their confidence and in their problem-solving abilities, providing constructive feedback and encouragement. Feedback is a very delicate balance between guidance and empowerment. When we give feedback, it must be very clear that we're giving them feedback because we want them to improve. We know that they can achieve better. It's not a negative feedback that makes them question whether they should share things with you in the future. See, our role is really to steer, it's not to dictate. When discussing their ideas, focus on the positives before addressing areas for improvement. Tell them, what is it you loved about their idea? Hey, I love how you approach this. Have you considered? Or, this is a really strong start. Let's think about how we can refine it further. Or even when they do get stuck on something, tell them about how you had overcome problems like they were encountering in your line of work. Encourage iteration. Remember to tell them that it's okay that things aren't perfect when they first deliver it. That's what they've been expected to do at school. That actually iteration, improvement is part of what we do at work. Remember that our goal is to foster a growth mindset. The belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. And when you see that hard work, you see that dedication, encourage it. Make sure that they know that they're doing a good job. You should really define obstacles as challenges, as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than something to be solved. One of the most effective ways to bring these concepts to life is through case studies. It's often through case studies and role play that we learn a lot about how the real world works. So, make sure that you have some case studies and stories about your work and about the things that you've done that you can bring to bear for these challenging situations. Analyzing these real world scenarios will really help the mentor-student interactions. Students love thinking through real world scenarios. It can provide them with invaluable insight into the world of work. It also gives them the tools and the confidence to tackle those types of problems in their own projects. So remember, effective mentoring is a journey. It's not a destination. It's about continuous learning, adapting and growing, both for you and your mentees. Your empathy and patience and dedication to their growth will leave a very, very lasting impact, way beyond what you think that you're getting today. But remember, this is tough. Giving feedback is probably the hardest part of mentorship. We would encourage you to use the resources at your fingertips that YFS provides you and ask others. Next, I'm going to talk about some tools that you have at your disposal that'll help you really power up this part of your mentorship. Leveraging technology. We are committed to providing you with the tools and support that you need to provide effective and powerful mentorship and make it as impactful as possible. Your primary tool is going to be the WhatsApp group for mentors. This WhatsApp group is a vital resource because not only will there be multiple Young Founder School representatives in there, but also a lot of very experienced mentors. Feel free to ask questions in that group. There is no judgment. We want you to be open about the challenges you're facing, or even some of the wins you've had, and some moments of satisfaction to share with others to help them learn as well. Please feel free to email us, particularly if it's a sensitive topic. Drop your Young Founder School representative a line and we will get back to you very, very quickly to answer your questions or any concerns you have. In today's digital age, technology plays a very vital role in enhancing the mentorship experience. But At Young Founder School, we are very careful with how we use these communications, because whilst they can also facilitate communication, they also come with some inherent dangers. Whilst mentoring, you may be set up in private groups on either WhatsApp or Discord with the students, along with the Young Founder School representatives. Remember that there must be no one-on-one communication with the students on any platform, email, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, without a representative from Young Founder School or a parent or the teacher in that group. This is for your safety as much as it is for theirs. We encourage students for any asynchronous or non-urgent questions to send an email. However, if the question that they ask on email is a bit too involved, feel free to schedule a meeting or ask them to do so. Email is designed for very quick answers to burning questions that are blocking their way in achieving their projects. One of the biggest challenges you'll find, especially when doing projects with students, is time management. Students may not have access to sophisticated systems to manage their schedules. However, it is important that you share with them best practices when it comes to time management, time blocking, that enables them to deliver their projects on time. Our mentor network is rich with experts across various fields, from finance to marketing to legal to HR. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any YFS representative. They will provide you with introductions to experts, and especially if your students have specific questions to do with legal, accounting, or need some insight that you can't provide, it's okay to say, I don't know. We will provide them with the answer. We also host mentor hours with different types of mentors. Each of these mentor hours will focus on a different aspect of entrepreneurship. These sessions are designed to deeper understanding and provide that knowledge to better support the students. So refer them to the mentor hours. And if you yourself want to provide mentor hours and you have specific knowledge in a certain area, please do contact your Young Founder School representative. Many of you ask, can you give us some examples of questions that you can ask as a mentor? So we're going to include a worksheet after this video, but here's some questions that just to get you started. What sparked the idea for this project? Tell me the story behind it. Why did you choose this problem to solve? How did it catch your attention? How did you decide on this particular way of solving the problem? What other ways did you think of? What are some of the challenges you encountered whilst going through this project? Did you have a wow moment whilst working on this, and what happened? Can you explain to me how that changed your plan? What big challenges do you think you're going to face in solving the problems that you have? And then afterwards, you ask them if they were the problems that they thought they were going to have. Tell me about how you hit a dead end when you were trying to solve this. What did you do to solve that? What were the guesses or assumptions that turned out to be wrong once you started getting into the project? Did you speak to friends about the project? How did you incorporate their feedback into making this project better? Why did you pick this solution over others? What did you have to give up or trade off in order to get here? What do you do when things haven't gone as planned or you've learned something new? What are your next steps in this project? As we draw our session to a close, I really want to take a moment and reflect on the journey that you're about to take. Firstly, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Without you, none of this would be possible. You really are the lifeblood of what we do here at Young Founder School. Mentorship is challenging. It's not easy. But by embarking on this journey, by trying to learn continuously, and by asking for help when you need it, we are very sure that you will turn into a wonderful mentor that really will be impacting the lives of these students for many years to come. We have a wonderful mentorship community. Not only do we encourage you to continue to build that relationship with your mentees, but also take the time to build relationships with the other mentors. They are also from very diverse backgrounds and have chosen to give back just like you. So you already have something in common with them. But we think that by bonding this network of amazing people together, we too will achieve more things. One of the things that we ask you is, now that you're on board, please introduce us to other mentors. As you come across people that you think will be value added to our community, introduce us. We would love to speak to them about how they can also give back just like you. After this video, we'll ask you to complete a few questions to ensure that you've understood the content of what we've been discussing here, and also to sign a mentorship charter that just goes through some of the do's and don'ts of being a mentor. Once you've signed this and completed the questions, you will then be ready to embark upon your journey. Good luck, and thank you once again, and welcome to the Young Founder School Mentorship Community.